Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter system of linear equations. And the lessons we're going to cover are classify a system of equation, solve a system of equations using substitution, solve a system of equations using substitution word problem, solve a system of equation using elimination. So let's just start with the lesson that is classify a system of equations. Okay, which describes the system of equations below. You are given two of the equations, y equals minus 2x minus 7 and y equals negative 2x minus 6 over 7. You have to compare these equations to y equals mx, right? So in the first equation, m is negative 2, that means slope is negative 2. And the y-intercept is negative 7, right? In the second equation, the slope is negative 2 and y-intercept is negative 6 over 7, right? So you can see their slopes are exactly same and their y-intercepts are different. So the lines are parallel and never intersect. The system is inconsistent, right? So you can classify the system if the slopes are same but the y-intercepts are different. The system is inconsistent, right? If the slopes are different, the system is consistent and independent. If the slopes are same and the y-intercepts are same, the system is consistent and dependent, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, which describe the system of equations below. Y equals 9x minus 9 and y equals 3 by 4x minus 5 by 8. Let's just compare these equations with y equals mx, right? So for this one, equation 1, m equals 9 and the y-intercept is negative 9, right? For the second equation, m equals 3 over 4 and the y-intercept is negative 5 over 8, right? So both the equations have different slope and different y-intercept, right? That means the two lines are parallel and they never intersect each other, so the system is inconsistent, right? The system is inconsistent. Oh, the slopes are different, so the line intersect at one point, right? Because the slopes are different, so the lines intersect at one point. That means the system is consistent and independent, right? The correct option is system is inconsistent, consistent and dependent. Okay, got it. Okay, the next one is describes the system of equation below. Y equal negative 5x plus 1 and y equals negative 5 over 6x plus 6 over 5. So which is the correct option? Both the equations have different slopes, right? That means the system is consistent and independent, right? Both the equations have different slope and different y-intercept. So the system is consistent and independent. Okay, which describes the system of equations below y equals 5x minus 2 and the other one is also y equals 5x minus 2. So which is the correct option? Both the equations are exactly same, right? That means both the equations are exactly same. They have same slope, right? That means the system is consistent and dependent because they have exactly same slope. So they are consistent and dependent. Okay, the next one is which describes the system of equations below. Y equals 5 by 8x minus 10 and y equals 5 by 8x minus 2 over 3. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Both the equations have exactly same slope, right? The slope of both the equations is 5 over 8. Okay, let me just explain again. Just listen to me carefully, right? Okay, you just look at the both the equations. You have to compare these equations to y equals m of mx, right? Basically, they are the linear equations, right? So you have to compare them y equals mx. So just look at the first equation m equals 5 over 8 and this is the y-intercept that is negative 10. Okay, just look at the second equation. Slope equals 5 over 8 and the y-intercept is negative 2 over 3. So that means both the equations have exactly same slope, right? So the slopes are same. The slopes are same and their y-intercept is different, right? When the slopes is same, the y-intercept is different. That means the system is inconsistent, right? They never intersect at any point. So that means this is the system of equations is inconsistent. Got it? Basically, you have to keep three very important points in it. Like you have three situations. One of them is they have same slope and same y-intercept. Got it? So when both the equations have same slope and same y-intercept, that means the equations are exactly same. Okay, here is the situations. If the slopes are same but the y-intercepts are different, that means the system is inconsistent, right? By inconsistent, the slopes are same but the y-intercept is different. That means both the lines are exactly parallel. They never intersect each other. That's why the system is inconsistent. Got it? Okay, so if the slopes are different, that means the system is consistent and independent. But if the slopes are same and the y-intercept are same, right? Both the equations are exactly same. That means the system is consistent and dependent because both the equations are exactly same. They have more than one intersection points, right? Just look at this equation. They both have same slope, right? But their y-intercept is different. So they have same slope, their y-intercept is different. That means these are the equations that are parallel. So the system is inconsistent. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is okay. The next lesson is solve a system of equation. Okay, so we have three methods to solve the system of linear equations, right? The three methods are solve the equations by graphing, solve the equations by substitution method, and the third one is solve the system of linear equation using elimination method, right? We have three equations solved by graphing, solved by elimination, and solve the equations by substitutions method. Okay, so solve by substitution. That means you have to substitute the values, right? Let's just start with the example then. Okay, the first equation is x equals 1. This equation is 3x minus 6y equals negative 15. Okay, so in this case, you have x variable is already isolated. Isolated means x is on one side and the rest of the things are on the other side. That means the variable is isolated. Isolated means alone. You have x here, the other things are here. You have to substitute these values in this equation. Replace the x with a value, right? So what do you have to do in substitution method? You have to isolate the variable x from one of the equation, and then you have to substitute the isolated values in the second equation. So let's just replace x with 1 here, right? Then minus 6y equals negative 15. Now solve this equation and find the value of y. So that is 3 minus 6y equals negative 15. So negative 6y equals negative 15 minus 3. That would be negative 6y, negative 18, and y equals 3, right? So you can see the value. That means the pair is x equals 1 and y equals 3. That is the solution of the system is 1 and 3. Got it? Okay, let's just do a bit. Okay, 5x plus 4y equals negative 3 and y equals negative 2. Here y variable is isolated, right? 5x plus 4y equals negative 3 and y equals negative 2. Okay, y is already isolated, right? Just replace the value of y in this equation, right? So it would be 5x plus 4, y is negative 2 equals negative 3. So it would be 5x, 4 times 2 is negative 8 equals negative 3, right? So it would be 5x equals negative 3 plus 8. So 8 minus 3 is 5, 5x equals 5, so x equals 1. So that means the solution of the system is x equals 1 and y equals negative 2. That is the solution of the system of equations, that is 1 and negative 2. Got it? So the correct option is 1 and negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the third one is Y, the other question is y equals 3 and negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 3. Here in this example, you have y is already isolated, y equals 3, right? So you just have to substitute y equals 3 in the other equation. Just replace the y with 3, right? Okay, so you have y equals 3 and y equals 3 and negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 3. Okay, you can see the y variable is already isolated. Isolated means the variable y is on one side and the rest of the equation is on the other side, right? So just replace the y, the value of y in this equation. Replace the y with 3. That would be negative 3x plus 4 times 3 equals negative 3. Got it? So it would be negative 3x plus 4 times c is 12 equals negative 3. So negative 3x equal negative 3 minus 12. That would be negative 3x equal negative 15. So x equals 5. The correct x equal 5. So the solution of the system of equation is x equals 5, y equals 3. So it is 5 and 3. Option 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay. Solve using substitution. 7x minus 7y equals 7 and x equals negative 8. Here in this example, x is already isolated, right? So let's just replace the x in the first equation, right? So it would be 7 times negative 8 minus 7y equals 7. So 7 times 8 is negative 56. Move 57, negative 56 other side, so it would be 7 plus 56. So negative 7y equals 63. Divide both sides by negative 7. So it would be y equals negative 9. 7 times 9 is 63. So it is negative 9. Got it? So the solution of the system is negative 8 and negative 9. The correct option is option number 2. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is, I think, the same lesson with word problems. Yes, that is solve a system of equations using substitution word problems. Okay, let's just start with the lesson. So now you're given the word problems, you have to write down the equations first and then you have to solve, right? So now because you have to write down the equations, so read the questions very, very carefully so that you can write the equations easily, right? Okay, write a system of equations to describe the situation. Okay, let's start with example because this one you can do on your own, they are already solved. And let's see how do we write the equations also, right? Okay, write a system of equations to describe the situation below. You solve using substitution and fill in the blanks. Okay, Umar and Dalton got in trouble at football practice and have to run laps as a consequence. Umar, who ran at a rate of 4 laps per minute, had completed 12 laps already when he was joined on the track by Dalton. Dalton's pace is 6 laps per minute. At some point, the two will have run the same distance. How long will that take? How many laps will each boy have run? So basically, you have to find the solution of the system of equations, right? First, we have to write down the equations. Okay, let's just write down the equations. Okay, so 4 laps per minute had completed 12 laps already. So, okay, the equation is 4 laps per minute. So, it would be y equals, it would be y equals 4x and plus, he already did 12 laps, right? The other equation is Dalton pace is 6 laps per minute. So, it would be y equals 6x, right? So these are the equations. Just solve the equation using substitution method. So replace the y with 6x, right? Here it would be 6x equals, y is already isolated, right? So just substitute the value in this equation. 6x equals 6x plus 12. Move 4x other side to 6x minus 4x equals 12. So 2x equals 12, x equals 6, right? You have now the value of x, put x here, substitute the value of x here and calculate the value of y. So it would be y equals 6 times 6, that is 36. So the values are, the solution of the system is 6 and 36. Right? So that means the solution of the system is 6 and 36. That means it will take 6 minutes. Umar and Dalton will have run 36 laps. The correct option is 6 and 30. Got it? Okay, the next one is write a system of equations to describe the situation below. Solve using substitution and fill in the blanks. Owen, an artist, plans to paint and sell some miniature paintings. He just bought some brushes for $9 and paint and canvas for each cost 75. He will sell each painting for $78. How once Owen sells a certain number of paintings, he will be breaking even. How much will Owen have earned? How much paintings will that be? Right? Okay. So let's just write down the equation. He just bought some brushes for $9, right? And paint and canvas each cost painting cost 75. Okay. So brushes for $9 and some paint and canvas each 75. So the equation would be y equals 75x plus 9, right? And then the second equation is he will sell each pending for $75. So it would be y equals 78x, right? Now you have two equations. You just have to solve the equation using substitution method. Just replace this variable y is already isolated. Just replace this y with a value. 78x equals 75x plus 9. Move 75 other side, so that is 78x minus 75x equals 9. So that would be 3x equals 9, right? So x equals 3. So x is 3, just replace the value, so it would be 78 times 3. So that is 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 7 is 21 and 23. So that would be, so the solution is 3 and 234. 3 is 234. 3 and 234 is the correct option. Okay, write a system of equations to describe the situation below. Solve using substitution and fill in the blanks. Quincy and his mom are planting vegetables in their garden. Quincy has finished planting 2 rows of carrots so far and is planting new rows at a rate of 5 rows per hour. His mom has finished 8 rows of tomatoes and will continue planting at 2 rows per hour. How once the pair get to the point where they have finished the same number of rows, they will take a break and decide what to plan next. How many rows will they each have completed? How long will that take? Okay, let's just write down the equations, right? Okay, so Quincy has finished planting 2 rows of carrots so far and is planting new rows at a rate of 5 per hours. Rate is 5 per hours. That means the equation is y equals 5x plus 2 because you already finished 2 of the rows, right? Then the second equation is his mom has finished 8 rows of tomatoes and will continue planting 2 rows per hour. So it would be y equals 2x plus 8, right? Okay, now you can see the variable y is already isolated in both the equations, right? So you can replace any equation. You can put the value of y in any equation, right? You can put 2x plus 8 over here, or either you can put 5x plus 2 over here. They both are exactly same. Let's just replace this value here. That is 2x plus 8 equals 5x plus 2. Just solve, right? Move 2x here, that would be 5x minus 2x, and move this 2 here, that would be 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. 5x minus 2x is 3x. So x equals 2. Now replace the x in any of the equation with 2 and calculate the value of y. So that will be 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 8, that would be 12. So the solution of the system is 2 and 12. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the next lesson. The next lesson is about elimination method, right? We're going to learn, we are done with substitution method. Now we're going to learn elimination method. The elimination method is also very easy like the substitution method. You have to eliminate. Eliminate means finish, right? Or fix the variable. by adding or subtracting the equations, right? Let's just look at the first equation. You have an example, negative 7x minus 9y equals 3, right? And 7x plus 2y negative 17. You can see here you have negative 7 and 7, right? That means if you add these two equations, 7 minus 7 would be 0. You can eliminate variable x, right? You're just left with the variable y, and so you can solve the equation for y. Let's just do this one on board. Okay, let's start with test questions. This one is already solved. Okay, you can see now here. Okay, let's just see the variables x. Here is negative 1x and here is 1x, right? If you add these two equations, 1 minus 1 would be 0. Let's just add. Negative x plus 10y equals negative 19. X plus 3y equals negative 7, right? Just add both the equations. 1 minus 1 is 0. Your variable y, 10 plus 3 is 13y. Negative 19 and negative 7 is to negative 26. You eliminated the variable x. Got it? Okay, just divide 13 other sides, so y equals negative 2. Got it? You eliminated the variable x. You calculated the value of the variable y. Now you can put this y equals negative 2 in any of the equation and solve for x, right? So that would be, I'm going to put in second one, x plus 3 times negative 2 equals negative 7. So x minus 6 equals negative 7. X equals negative 7 plus 6, that is negative 1. So the solution is negative 1 and negative 2. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, just look at the second example. 2x minus y equals negative 15 and minus x minus y equals negative 3. Just look at the variable y. They both have negative 1, right? If you add these equations, you have to decide if you need to add or if you have to subtract. That depends upon the equations. Like if you add them, if you subtract them, when you're subtracting the equations, you need to change the sign of the second equation. So minus 1 plus 1 would be 0. You are left with 2 plus 1, right? Now you need to consider the new sign. 2 plus 1 is 3x. That would be negative 15 plus 3, that would be negative 12. So x equals negative 4, right? You eliminated the variable y here, right? Now just put x equals negative 4 in any of the equation and find the value of y. Negative x minus 4 minus y equals minus 3. That would be 4 minus y equals negative 3. Negative y equals negative 3 minus 4. That is negative 7 equals negative y. So y equals 7. So the solution of the system is negative 4 and y. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is negative 4 and 7. Okay, solve using elimination. Okay, negative 7x plus 8y equals 8. 6x minus 8y equals negative 7, 16. Just look at the variable 8y plus 8 minus 8. If you add these two equations, variable y is eliminated. Let's just add the equation. Plus 8 minus 8, 0, right? Negative 7 6 minus x. 8 minus 16, negative 8. So x equals 8, right? Now you can substitute x equals 8 in any of the equation and calculate the value of y, right? So I'm going to put in the first second one. 6x minus, no, 6 times 8 minus 8y equals negative 16. 8 times 6 is 48. Be negative 16 plus 48. 32. So negative 8y equals 32. Y equals negative 8. So the solution of the system is 8 and negative 8. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? That is 8 and negative 8. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, I think I did a mistake. So that would be not 8, negative 8. That would be 8 and 8, right? The correct option is 8 and 8. Okay, 3x plus 6y equals negative 18. And then 5x plus 6y equals 2. Just look at the coefficient of the variable y. If you subtract both the equations, y would be eliminated, right? Okay, let's just subtract the equation, right? When you are subtracting, the signs of the second equation would be changed. Now you have to consider the new signs. So 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 5 is negative 2x. Negative 18 minus 2 is negative 20. So x equals 10. Now just substitute x equals 10 in any of the equation. So that would be 5 times 10 plus 6y equals 2. So that would be 50. 6y equals 2 minus 50. That is 6y equals negative 48. Y equals negative 8. So the solution of the system is 10 and negative 8. Option 1 is the correct option. Got it? So the solution is 10 and negative 8. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 math. The chapter we're working on is system of linear equations. The lessons we have covered today are classify a system of equations, solve a system of equations using substitution, solve a system of equations using substitution word problems, and solve a system of equations using elimination, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any question related to the lesson we did today, you can ask question. I'm here to answer all the questions. Got it? You can ask if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.